My wife wanted to be a traditional wife, so I told her to start acting like one. I'm 35 and my wife is 40. We've been together for 15 years. The last couple of years, she really fell down the trad wife black hole, and it's driving me crazy. At first, it started off with her saying that she doesn't want to work anymore, and lately it has escalated to saying that men who make their wives work are harmful. We both have well-paid jobs. I'm a self-employed builder with a team and earn around 100K pounds a year. She works in management for the NHS and earns around 50K pounds a year. We both work, I guess I should say worked for her, really hard and have no kids. And 3 years ago, managed to pay our mortgage off and lived in a nice enough area where I would have happily stayed forever. She, however, suddenly wanted a massive house that we didn't need. I should have seen what was coming. She was looking at a 700K pound houses, which would require a mortgage of 500K after we sold our house. I gave in and we bought a house. She then wanted a new car, which again I caved to, and she got a car that is worth more than she earns a year. She then decided that she didn't want to work anymore. She said that her job was crap, and I said, take a lower paid one then, that you'll enjoy more. She said no, she just doesn't want to work, full stop. She also doesn't want to give up anything that she has. Over the past couple of years, it has been obvious that she is trying to lose her job without leaving, despite me saying that I cannot afford the house and car and holidays on my own. She started bringing this trad wife crap up, but said that she'd want to hire a cleaner as the house is too big for her to clean alone. And she prefers my cooking to hers, so I would still do all the cooking. So I said, you basically want to dress up pretty and bake the odd cake? And she stormed off and said, I didn't get it. She again brought it up yesterday, and I said, fine, she can do it, but she's got to get up before me and make sure that my breakfast is ready like in the videos that she watches. She's got to be dressed in a schmexy version of a 50s housewife like in the videos she watches, from the moment I open my eyes to the moment I close them. The house must be spotless at all times, like in the videos she watches. I want huge packed lunches for work, like in the videos she watches. I want to come home and have beautiful pies and cakes ready for pudding, like in the videos she watches. I want a bath run for when I get in and then come down to a proper meal every night, like the videos she watches. I then want a foot rub while I eat the cakes and pies that she makes. I also want spicy sleep on demand, how I want it, when I want it. And she called me harmful. A user stormed out to her equally delusional sister's house. Don't get me started on her. I'll be honest, I'm ready for a divorce if this carries on. So am I the a-hole? We do have some comments. Pomegranate No 9003 says, at least you don't have kids, so divorce is easier. Probably best to do it while you're both still earning well, so there's no question of alimony. Forgot to add, obviously not the a-hole. In a traditional household, women don't make no contribution. Their contribution is through domestic labor, while men provide financial value by going out and working. Her contribution would already be far below average, given that the bulk of the traditional wife's time is spent on children. She wants to make no contribution and is disguising it as trad wife. Casual J says, get the divorce, mate. It'll be cheaper and less stressful than dealing with a crazy wife every minute of the day and night. It's not about the trad wife lifestyle. She simply doesn't want to work. She merely wants to sit on her backside, enjoy the things that she has badgered you into paying for, and doing nothing. There is a lot of this kind of crazy going around. It won't get any better either. What will it be next? Vacations on the French Riviera? A bigger, nicer, more expensive car? The list goes on and on. OP says, I am leaning this way. I think a divorce is more likely than anything else at this moment in time. Luckily, she's afraid of flying, so I've managed to avoid the expensive holidays apart from the odd Eurostar trip to Paris. She makes me feel like a 10-pound millionaire, though trying to be something that we aren't. I know that we're better off than most, but we don't earn footballers' money, which is what I think she aspires to. Jedi Fed says, you were crazy to agree to the 700K house. You'll be okay, but it makes things so much tougher. If she wanted that, why not save up with the old house and then work up to the new one and both of you work together? OP said, that's what I suggested. With my job, we could have bought a cheap house, done it up and made some money, and then moved upwards slowly and stayed debt-free. I have modified our house a bit and it's probably worth 800K now, but it's still not a nice feeling having such a big mortgage and knowing that she wants me to cover it alone. Annika Desi says, dude, divorce her if she doesn't act normal. You sound like such a catch. Like, I don't like rushing with divorce. Maybe marriage counseling first. But you have no kids, so you can easily split without drama. Be assertive, say no, say what you expect, and that you want to split if she doesn't go back to how she was. Say that she has X amount of time. Up to you. 1 month, 2 month. Opie says, haha, I don't know about a catch. I've asked for couples counseling numerous times. She's not interested. Taxi Lady 69 says, now is the time to say couples counseling or divorce. Your choice, honey. So the overall judgment is that Opie is not the a-hole, and we do have an update. I'd like to answer a few questions from my first post before an update. No, my requests were not serious, and I can't believe how many people thought that they were. It was me trying to prove a point of how ridiculous she is being. Like I said in the comments, I don't want a maid or a slave. I want a partner. Before my wife got on this train, she was very ambitious, career-driven person who wanted to climb to the top. She was never really on social media until the pandemic. The trad wife thing started a couple of years ago. A lot of people suggested couples counseling. I've asked many times and always get the same response, which is, I don't need counseling. There's nothing wrong with me. So now on to the update. We spoke Saturday morning and I told her that I can't go on like this. I said to her bluntly that the trad wife thing is never happening and she either accepts it and we go to couples counseling or we split up. I'm not dancing around her BS. So she chose to split up. I asked her if she even really wanted to be a trad wife or if she's just trying to force me away, like she's trying to force her job to sack her because she doesn't have the balls to quit herself. She said yes, she does. And there's plenty of dating sites that cater to this dynamic. I told her that I'd seen them and they are more sugar daddy dynamics. And without being horrible, she's too old for that. Now this set her off. She said that I'm wrong and that I'm the one who can't support my wife. So I'm the bad one in the marriage and a real man would be able to give her the life that she wants. She was shouting and screaming this at the top of her lungs. It's about the only time that I've been glad to be in our new house, so the neighbors didn't hear. I got a bit petty at the real man comment and said, you can't cook, you can't clean, and you don't have spicy sleep. What part of being a trad wife do you offer? I then stole a comment from my last post and said that she doesn't want to be a trad wife. She wants to be a trophy wife. She just said, I'm unbelievable, and has gone to her sisters again. I'm going to take the next couple of weeks and start talking to a divorce lawyer to see what this entails. Then once this ball got rolling, I'm effing off to Portugal for a couple of weeks by myself. There are some comments. Zealous Ideal Group 559 says she's 40 and in the UK, where there isn't a conservative trad wife / trophy wife culture. She's going to be divorced and on benefits in a crappy bedsit. Take care of yourself, OP, because she's intent on blowing up her life for some reason. Harvard diplomat says, you can't cook, you can't clean, and you don't have spicy sleep. What part of being a trad wife do you offer? LMAO, that is some serious burn. And that is the end of that story. Wow.
Good luck, OP.
Good luck, OP. I mean, props to you. I think you went about it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, you asked her what was up and that, that it wasn't happening.
Get her to see.
Exactly. You offered counseling. She denied it. You asked her if she wanted to be in this relationship if she couldn't be a trad wife because she would have to contribute. Like, you're absolutely in the right, OP.
Yeah.
And she's said no.
She said no. That's
so,
on her.
That is on her. So that is the end of that story.